Shalom Israel. This message is brought to you through the power, honor, and glory of Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises due. I hope y'all had a blessed day, family. And just make the best of it. Yep. So, I'm gonna just jump straight into it today. This message today is really about courage. Courage, and what does it mean to have courage? In these perilous times, in the end days, with the spiritual warfare going on, we need that courage to remain in us. And we went over this in Brotherhood Breakdown. But I just want to make sure the rest of the body gets to know this information too, because it's important. It's important to have that courage, because as things intensify in this world, and demonic activity intensifies, shit happens, man. We're still in spiritual warfare, right? Which I believe soon will become physical. But until that happens, we need to hold the ground, because we really don't know when it's going to happen, right? We just have that faith and courage to get through things, right? Because courage is very important, because this fleshly body has fears, but courage is what you get when you go through those fears, right? Courage is what you get when you don't show any fear on your face, courage is of the spirit, because the spirit is a power, not fear, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's get that definition of courage. I always gotta be wordsmith. Courage means a quality of spirit, right, that enables you to face danger or pain without showing fear, right? It's a quality of spirit, right? Not of the flesh, man. The flesh is corruptible, right? So, and it gives you, it enables you to face danger or pain without showing fear, right? It gives you that without showing fear, right? Because in fear there's torment, man. It's weakness, right? So, in fear of the Most High, in Yahweh Shah, man, it's two different things. And fear of these carnally, worldly things that the Most High is above, right? Because that's our power. That's who's backing us. So we shouldn't have no fears of that at all. But you should always fear the Most High, man. And that's in a good way, man. Just think about all the things that He can do. Who He is, right? He woke us up. Our true history. He's done marvelous works, man. Fear Him because of His marvelous works, not because of the bad things, right? We all know the Father has a good side. He has got bad side. He has a good right hand. He has left hand. Left hand to punish the wicked, man. The ones that rear off. But with further ado, I wanted to go ahead, and get into this these scriptures today. Go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and go to Deuteronomy 31. Deuteronomy 31 and 6. And it reads, Be ye strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy power. He is that it is that doeth go with thee. He will fail not he will not fail thee nor forsake thee. And that passage right there is more important. It holds a big weight, man, because what it's saying is, basically, who can be against you if the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is with you, right? Right? Let's read it one more time. Deuteronomy 31 and 6. Be strong, of good courage, and fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord, the power, He it is that doeth good go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. He will not fail us, nor forsake us. He already told us prophecies that happened in this book that's coming to pass, right? He already told us about all the things. He told us these things beforehand, so we'll be prepared. Everything that's happened in prophecy it's been fulfilled in the scriptures, man, and people can't deny that, right? So he's giving us a map, of what's to come. We just need to be studious in these scriptures and continue to have that faith and courage, right? It's important in these times, man. It's really important because it's coming a time where we're about to go to battle. We're about to go to war, right? The men of the Lord are about to be turned up, but our nation needs to have that courage too, right? And without fear, man, because we are above all nations. We're about to get to that point again. We're about to get to that point again. And we're no longer going to be the tail, but the head. So it's important that we know these things, man. It's really important. So let me go ahead and get 2 Timothy. So let's see. We're gonna get 2 Timothy. Second Timothy 1 and 7. And it reads, For the power have not given us the spirit of fear, right? But of power and of love and of a sound mind, right? So that goes back to saying courage lies with the spirit, right? He didn't give us a spirit of fear. That's why the last thing for us to be turned up, right, is getting rid of these mortal bodies, man, and becoming immortals, right? It says flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom, right? Because we can't get rulership in fear. We can't do that. We can't, and more than other things that we can't inherit the kingdom of heaven as these fleshly bodies, because it's just that's what it is, man. It's a holy kingdom. It's rulership. We're gonna be ruling not just here, but in different various of areas out there. Who knows what's out there in outer space, right? It's a firmament dome over us, man. NASA has not gotten out of it. They fucking lied and said they went to the moon, right? They still trying to get out the dome, man. They still trying to blow up the dome, So, yeah. That's why I said flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to be doing things that's, that flesh and blood cannot do, right? That's why I said the last thing is to change our mortal bodies, because we in that last stage. We're in that last trumpet. right? And it says in the scriptures, Yahweh Shai says, and he will be able to do greater works than these, man. When he was walking on the earth and when he rose on that third day, he was doing miraculous things. Just imagine what the men of the Lord are going to be able to do in these perilous times, end times, man, when the Father decides to, deliver that power to us, right? So we got to continue to stay steadfast, unmovable, right? Let me read 2 Timothy 1:7 one more time. For the power have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Right? So that's also why we walk after the spirit and not the flesh, because the flesh lies carnal things, man. The flesh is weakness, we all have the temptations of the flesh, man. We all have been tempted. We all have been on the edge of doing that temptation. Even before this truth, we have dove in these temptations, man. That's why the spirit, we walk after the spirit, because the spirit is stronger, right? The spirit is stronger. If we walk after the flesh, it's going to be hard as hell to avoid these temptations, man. Right? It's going to be hard as hell. Right? Because these bodies are not glorified. Right? He sentenced every sin is punishable by death. That's why we have these bodies, these mortal bodies. But he said he wouldn't appoint us to wrath in these end days. That's why we're about to be changed. We already changed mentally. We're already changed. Incorruption shall put on corruption shall put on incorruption. Right? We already did that through the comfort of the scriptures. We were woken up by the Most High. Right? We know who we are. We know where we're headed. That's why we're able to do all these things. Right? So, and let's go ahead and go to Proverbs. Let me see. We just need to keep on pushing, y'all, because these wicked ones, they know that they have very little time. They know they got very little time, man. It says in the scriptures, and Satan was loose for 2,000 years, and he had very little time, man. These higher ups, for sure, know that the time is coming to end, man. That's why, the people that say that this book was delivered to slavery, that they wrote this, they didn't write this shit. They're not intelligent enough to write it. And why would they bash their own people, right? And why would they go through all this trouble just in the end just to get defeated, right? They know their place in the scriptures. They know their place. They know they have a little time, but they still gonna think they're able to defeat us, man. Because they listen to these fallen angels and shit. They think they can defeat us with the fallen angels, man. Hey, man, the Most High put it in their spirit to do that so we can go to war with these motherfuckers and just put recompense on top of their head. Everything they did to us, we're going to do to them. Simple as that, man. And it's going to be a time like no other, man. That's why we need to prepare our spirits. I know we keep saying we're going to get the spiritual power. We're going to get the spiritual power. But we got to also prepare our spirits for the things to come, man. Because faith without works is dead. So we gotta show the Most High that we ready and not skipping ahead, right? So because that time is close, man. That time is close. He's testing our spirits. He's testing us. He's testing what we're gonna do. That try and fire us. So we need to continue to push this line and keep doing what we're doing. So I wanted to hit up Proverbs 28 and chapter. Proverbs 28 and 1, right? Proverbs 28 and 1. And it reads, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, right? But the righteous are bold as a lion. That script holds a lot of weight. Let me read that one more time for you. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Right? Why does it say that? The wicked flee when no man pursues. Because these wicked depend on themselves. They depend on their guns. They depend on the booyah to save their ass. They depend on the government to save their ass. And they depend on themselves, right? So when it says the wicked the wicked flee when no man pursueth, you know, look how many times you know a wicked ass person that call the police over some dumb shit, or prepared to shoot somebody over some dumb shit, you know, because they're fleeing, but they don't have the power with them. They don't have the Most High with them. They're afraid, you know. They don't have that him backing them, man. They want to do things themselves. They want to take things in their own hands, right? That's why it says the wicked flee when no man pursueth, man. They flee, right? But us, what does it say about the elect, the righteous ones? What does it say about us? But the righteous are as bold as a lion, right? We're bold as a lion because we know who our power is. We know our minds are changed incorruptible, right? Their mind is not. They're still living in a carnal world, walking after the flesh. So they think they have to defend themselves with their shit. They have to defend themselves on their behalf and not let the Most High take over. They don't have faith. They don't have faith, man. They're on the lowest level of vibration, right? That's why when we walk in a room or something like that, man, you see a group of people, they can feel our energy, man. They know, like, they just know something's up with us, man, you know? Because it's our level of vibration, our mental vibration is high, man. Yeah, we still got these carnal bodies, but they know just by looking at us, they know something up, you know? They know, right? So, yeah, but the righteous are bold as a lion, man, right? I think about the story of King David, man. You know, he facing Goliath, man. You know, the Most High, you know, was backing him. The Most High was with him. He knew that. He knew the Most High. He knew who he was. He was a little scrub back then, man. Goliath was one of them off-breed giants, man, that was still in the earth, man. You know, I forgot what land they were still in. Like, they had a lot, but I forgot that. But yeah, Goliath was a champion back then. And be a champion in the Bible, man, you gotta be a badass motherfucker, right? So David didn't show no fucking fear, man, on his face. Why? Because he had courage. He had courage to get through that. Because he knew the Most High. He had faith in him, and he knew he wouldn't fail him, right? He didn't know how he was gonna do it, but he did it, right? And he did it with a slingshot and a rock. While Goliath had all this shit, a fucking slot, correct me if I'm wrong, with 200-pound sword, man. Had armor, man. The way fucking shit, I forgot, like 400 pounds, I believe. I'm not sure. But yeah, he was a bad motherfucker, man. And David took him out in one shot, man. Because he stood 10 toes, and it's true. He knew the Most High. He knew that the Most High can get him out of anything. That's what we need to continue to do in these perilous times, because it's going to seem like our back is against the wall, right? The Most High works in repetitiveness. If you see in the scriptures, the apostles, the followers of the Most High, you know, one of the ones that believe and actually have faith that he could do in all things, man, it's not an easy route for us, man. It's not an easy route, right? Our backs are always against the walls, man, since we went in and out of captivity, man. You know, so even before then, when we was in rulership, our backs are always been against the walls of the faithful of the elect. You know, just like nowadays, man. You know, but that time is coming to the end. He always delivers us, man. He always does it. He never fails. When he says something, it's coming to existence. It's impossible for the Most High to lie. You know, because everything he speaks comes to existence. So we need to know that and believe that. You know, it says also in the scriptures, a faith of mustard seed can move mountains. Imagine if you had a faith of a watermelon, man. We got to continue that. Hey, man, time's coming, man. We're gonna see some weird ass shit, right? But we're gonna be prepared because our minds are changed, right? Through these scriptures, we gonna know. Okay, that's what the scripture is talking about. We're gonna see some shit, man. We're already seeing chariots all around the world. It says in the last days that the chariots will take charge of the elect, man, because they're protecting us. Until we get that spiritual power, hey, they here for us, man. Right. Right. So, we gotta continue to build, and have that faith, have that courage. I just felt it in my spirit to just deliver this, because these times it's not easy, man. But it says in the scriptures, through much tribulation shall we enter in the kingdom of heaven. It didn't say a little, but the thing about that is the Most High also said that He wouldn't put us through what we could not bear. He's not gonna put too much on us, man. He's not a liar. So, hey, we just need to continue in this truth, man. So I wanted to go to Psalms 27. Psalms 27. Psalms 27 and let's hit verse 14. And it says, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage. Be of good courage." Y'all hear that? "And He shall strengthen thine heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. We waiting now. We waiting now, and He's strengthening our heart. Right? He's strengthening our heart, man. We going through shit, man. We may lose family members, man. But He strengthens our heart to get through things, man. Because at the end of the day, man, deep down, if a family member, they seem cool, it might not be in this truth, like your grandma or something like that, you still gonna have that pain of losing them, man. Because we in our fleshly bodies, man. We got that emotion. We mourn. We want to miss them, right? We miss their presence. We miss their energy, right? Even though they wasn't in the truth, we're still gonna have that deep down in us, man. We still gonna have that. You feel me? Because we reside in these fleshly bodies. But what does the Most High say for us? 14. "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage," to get through that. "And He shall strengthen thy heart." Right? Wait, I say, on the Lord. That's why we're able to get through that, man. Because we know they 2/3, man. And it's better for our older generation, like our grandmas, grandparents, to go through, to leave the earth now than later, man. Because it says in the scriptures that the second death shall be far worse than the first, man. It shall be far worse than the first. The Most High does all things, decently in order, man. He does all things that we may not understand. His thoughts are not our thoughts, man. So, you never know what His plans are. He could be taking them off this earth early, so they won't have to go through that second death. But they also paid out their debts. So when they get reborn, they probably get reborn in the kingdom, man. Because we so close. You got to be thinking that way, man. So that's what it, means, man. Verse 14, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart." He shall strengthen your heart through all things. Through all things. Right? Because He knows how much we are bearing, man. But we have to continue to bear that cross. Because, this is what we have to do in order to be rulers and judges, man. We know all things through the comfort of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in these scriptures, man. That's what it means to be a God. Right? As it said in Genesis, man, ye are gods, they know of good and evil. Right? We know that young and old is going to be slaughtered. Young and old is going to be killed. Doesn't matter if it's in our family. The Father is not respecter of persons, but He does everything for a reason. He's balanced. He's even. Right? You don't know why He may take your grandma early. You don't know. But he strengthens our heart to get through those things. Because he knows that we know that we know the scriptures, and we know that there's two groups of people. 2/3 in elect. Right? So he strengthens our heart to get through the deaths of our family. The ones that may have seemed, cool, but they still wasn't in the truth. He strengthens our heart to get through that, because his fleshly body still has that compassion and love for them, man. Deep down. But hey, you never know, man. You never know. We love the Most High more than anything, man. We put Him first. So when it comes time where He raises us out of these fleshly bodies, and we have to exact that judgment on these 2/3, man, we're gonna be able to do that without a blink of an eye, because He's preparing us, man. Everything we go through is for our learning. It's for preparation. You can't walk before you crawl. I always say that. So let's continue in this faith, man, and continue to head where we're going, because we know where we're going. We know the outcome is going to be good. It's just that it has to be bloodshed and remission to cleanse this earth, man. It has to be that way, So continue in that courage, man. We got to have that courage to get through stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my next precept for y'all. Just think about Job, man. Think about what he went through. He lost everybody around him. Everybody. But did he question the Most High? Did he say, wow, I love them too much. Why would you, take them? No. What did he do? He praised him, because he knew that the Father, he does all things with decently in order. He knew that he took him off this earth for a reason. He knew he wasn't doing that to punish him or put ill will towards him just because. He knew he was a just God. So he continued to praise him, even though he put him through hell. Even though he put Job through hell, he never gave up on him. You know why? Because the Most High is creator of all things. He gave them to him, and he can take away. Just like that. Right? So you shouldn't put your own personal feelings before that. Because he the one that gave you your mom. He the one that gave you your grandma. He the one that gave you your sister, your brother. So you shouldn't put nothing at all before the Most High. Nothing. Because he can give and he can take away. Right? That's what the state of mind of Job. He got through that, man. He knew that the outcome of what he was in, the situation what he was in, it would be good. He knew that. Because he had faith in the Most High. He praised him when he went through shit. He praised him when he chastised him. Because he know he was still with him. He know he was still by him. Right? If the Most High is dealing with you, he's dealing with you. But he's not, you're going to know if he's not. Look at the wicked. The world is given into the hands of the wicked. As of right now, that's what it is. That's why you don't see these wicked people falling as much as you do the elect. Right? But the time of the elect has stopped from falling. We stopped falling, man. Because we woken up and we're not appointed to wrath in these last days. That's the change, man. That's the change that's coming. And it's coming fast. Right? And these wicked ones can feel it in their spirit that it's coming. So we just got to continue, y'all. I wanted to take y'all to Psalms 27. Psalms 27 and 20. Right? And it reads, and David said to Solomon, his son, be strong and of good courage. Right? and do it. Fear not, nor be dismayed. For the Lord, the power, even my power, will be with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee, until thou hast finished all the work of the service of the most of the house of the Lord. Right? We all know Solomon was Yahushua, or was Yahushua was Solomon. Right? We all know that. And when did the work of him, Yahushua Solomon, finish? When he died on the cross. His work wasn't finished when he died at Solomon. He died a peaceful death. And we all know that the Most High said he was going to chastise Solomon with whips, right, of men. It didn't happen. He had a peaceful death because he split the kingdom. We all know he split the kingdom. And the Most High said if you do that, he's going to chastise you with whips of men. Because he knew, Most High knows all things, man. You know, he knew his only begotten son was going to have to go through hell to get the kingdom of heaven back under his belt, man. You know, to bring in the northern and southern kingdom, to conquer death, which he established when he was Adam, right? He you know, and Solomon reared off, but he never paid that heavy price when he was Solomon. He had a peaceful death. That's why we know reincarnation is real, because he came back as Yahushua to bring the kingdoms back together and to conquer death once and for all, you know, and to rule over, you know, Israel, man, right? He's our Savior. He's the one that bears our sin because he was the first man, Adam. That's once again how you know reincarnation is real. It started with him and it ends with him, right? That's why he says, I am Alpha Omega, beginning and end, right? He was the first man. He's the first one to be changed and turn of the first fruits. He was the first one to be changed into that spiritual body, right? He's our salvation as men of the Lord. That's why we know and we can discern people's spirits, man, because especially men, because if you didn't accept Yahushua back then, you're not going to understand this truth. It's going to seem like Chinese to you. That's why we know who's who in these times, right? And I think about what Yahushua went through, man. He had that courage. He had that courage to go through everything that he went through, man. You know, in order to get established order in a way of salvation. He bare everybody's sins. He knew he had to die. He knew he had to go through excruciating, painful death. But did he back out? Did he say? Did he back out? Did he not do it? No, he did it. He went through it. He faced his fears because he was in a fleshly body, man. You know, trust me. He cried out to the Father, Abba, Abba. You know, is this really the way? You know, he wanted to do it some other way. You know, hey, but you know what got him through? He knew the Father very well. He had courage to get through his fears. You know, just imagine he went. In my opinion, he went through the most painful, excruciating death there ever was and ever will be. You know, all to bear everybody's sins so he can get order back and get salvation for us. That's why we love him. That's why we give praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Right? We give praises to the Father in the name of Yahushua because he's our way to the Father. That's why we say Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Right? He's our way back to the Father. He's the reason why we can go to the Father and pray, you know, frequently, right? Because nobody gets back to the Father but through him. Come on now. So, you know, and Yahushua, man, he knew the Father was going to raise him from the dead on that third day. You know, but the fleshly bodies, they always have fear, man. You know, imagine, you know, you going through that. Imagine you knew you had to die, right? You knew you had to die, and you knew which way you were going to die, right? And how you were going to die, and how painful it was going to be. would you not have a little slither of fear in your fleshly body? That's why Yahushua walked after the Spirit. That's why he was able to last 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. Because it says in the scriptures, live not only by bread alone, by the Most High and his words, man. And how you know that? Walking after the Spirit, man. His spirit was fed. His fleshly body was not. But his spirit strengthened his body. 40 days, 40 nights without food strengthened his body. And water. Come on now. Let's go to Philippians 4. Philippians 4 and 13, right? Philippians 4 and 13. And it reads, I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen me. Right? We can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen us. We can do all things through him, man. All things. Look what he did. All we got to do is have that faith and that courage to get through what we're going through now. Right? It's only, it says in the scriptures, for our sake, the days shall be shortened. So we got to continue to know that these days are going fast, that we don't have to deal with this for much more longer. We don't. We have to continue in that faith. Continue to strive for greatness. Continue to rise, because it's only up from here, man. It's only up from here. We ain't going back down to a lower state, you know, roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, Lord willing. You know, we're going up from here, man, because he promised us that. Ephesians, I'm going to Ephesians 6 and 10. Ephesians 6 and 10. And it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the power. This is how you prevail, man, against these spiritual warfares. You know, preparing us a battle, physical battle as well. But more so spiritual, man. Put on the whole armor of the power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle against not flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Remember, it said in the scriptures, the wicked shall, the wicked are ruling the world right now, right? Verse 13, wherefore take unto the whole armor of the power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore having your loins girt, that means prepare for war, about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith. Above all, taking the shield of faith. If you ain't got faith, you ain't got shit. Your whole armor is destroyed. Right? Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. That's why these 2/3 fall. That's why these fucking Pharisees fall. Because they stuck in the 2,000-year-old mindset. They didn't believe in Yahushua back then. They not believing now. They don't have that faith. They want to do shit themselves. That's why they fucking gonna get fucked up, man. Verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the power. Right? Praying always with all prayer and supplications in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all preference and supplications for the saints. Right? We got to continue to put that full armor on, y'all. That full armor. Right? We got to continue to do that. And that courage, man. That courage is where it's at, man. Because the times we in right now, we need that courage, man. We need it. Let me get my last precept real quick. I know I went over 30 minutes, but I hope y'all don't mind, you know. Psalms 34, and we're gonna hit verse 4, and it reads, I sought out the Lord. Listen up good, y'all. and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. I can drop the mic on that one. So, question of the day is, what are you willing to go through? What are you willing to go through and be confident and have faith in the Most High that you're going to get through it? Your fears, what fears are you willing to go through? Not to say we appointed to wrath, because we died before for this, but it's all about really a mental game right now. What are you willing to go through? When the pressure is applied, or will you crack? Will you start walking after the flesh? Will you get scared and show that you have fear? No, we're not doing that. We're too far along in this. The faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who provides us with that spirit of power and courage, we're going to get through this. This message is just to sharpen us. Because if you let a knife, if you don't sharpen a knife every so often, it'll go dull. Right? It'll go dull. If you don't sharpen a knife every so often, it'll go dull. It won't be able to cut through things. That's just like this truth, man. That's just like us. If we don't sharpen ourselves with the comfort of these scriptures, we're going to go dull. Right? So we're going to continue to push the plow. We can't be lazy in this truth. So that's why we get delivered these messages each and every time, to keep us focused. Not to say that we're doing these things, but to keep us focused so we won't do these things. Because the scriptures are here for us, our comfort, to keep us through this, to keep us on the right path. If we don't sharpen ourselves, we will go dull. That's why we continue to push this line. Continue to push it until the Most High raises men up. Until that day where we can protect and serve Israel. But until then, we're going to continue to push this plow and prepare for war. Because it's coming. I want to give all praises to your honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises due. Peace and blessings, family. I love y'all. Until the next message, quickly prepare.